It's the Comedy and Mushroom Cult podcast. Oh, shoot. I forgot to turn my little timer on. Oh, got a little sweat on my lip brow. Oh, my goodness. I guess we're doing this. Timer. Focus session. I don't want to do a focus session. Timer. Nope, stopwatch. That's what we're looking for. Boom. Now we're moving. I don't know. It doesn't matter. You don't need to know this part. Who knows if it'll make the final cut? I'm going to say it again. Comedy Mushroom Cult Podcast. We're keeping it in. You know how this works. Oh, goodness. First time back in a minute. Give me a minute to readjust here. You can tell. We have a new setup. We'll get to it. We're in landscape. We'll get to it. 6/7. Happy June. Happy Pride Month. Let me be the first one here at Ray Corp to tell you Happy Pride Month. 6/7, Saugatuck, Michigan. We are at Coral Gables. If you're anywhere near there and like comedy, come to it. I'm sick of bombing in that room. They still keep having me. They must like me. That's good. The place, the host is a magician. If you like magic for 10 to 15 minutes, he's fun. He's a nice guy. I forget what his name is at the moment. 6'9". Nice. I wonder if somebody will say something about that. Jokes on Division at Butch McGuire's in Chicago, Illinois. Ever heard of it? I like doing that. It's been about a year since I've done it, so it's always nice going back and doing that. VA is very cool. Not the VA, but his name's VA. I don't know what it stands for. Virgil Abloh. Virgil Abel. I don't know. 612, put on events, apartment show. Actually right down the next block over. I'm undecided if I'm going to try to walk all of my PA stuff over there or if I'm going to drive it, because it's right down the street, and I mean, they'll validate parking, but it's like a block. But it's also like gonna be probably nice out and like a little hot. Like, it's hot now. I haven't really had much of. I went out and walked for an iced coffee earlier, cold brew actually. There's a difference. It's very stupid, but there is a difference. But like, I walked down there and it was like 75 when I did it. Now it's like 80 something. It's really hard to like concentrate on comedy or anything fun or anything not fun when it's this gorgeous out. Like, I could go sit by the lake and read instead of following my dreams. But no, it's right down the street. It's going to be a good show. 619, that's at the Village Cafe and Pub in Pentwater, Michigan. That is June 19th. That is Juneteenth. And this pale face is gonna be doing it. Like, it's not, I don't know. I wasn't gonna be like, hey, are you sure? Because when I put it in the calendar, I was like, maybe, maybe this works out, maybe this is a good idea. I don't know if it entirely is. But who knows? I'm still gonna go, and I'm gonna still do it. The last time I was there, it was a phenomenal time. I'm trying to make it the first 5 without swearing. I know that it's not gonna make any real huge difference in my world here, but whatever. We're trying to build up. We're trying to build up the YouTubes at least. Boom, 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 boom. Awesome, thank you. Okay, thanks, Alicia. I wanted, just in case Alicia watches this, I very much like you. You give me a lot of work, but you don't need to respond to my email if you're not going to give me work. I'm kidding. Obviously, respond. It just means that you're paying attention, and I like it better that you're paying attention and answering my emails than not. But also, give me more work. Because that's how I pay my bills. Oh, building up YouTube. If you're seeing this, wow, thank you. If you're listening to it, wow, thank you even more. If you could subscribe. If you want to turn on the notifications, ba-ding! That's what like real podcasts do. They'll put like a sound thing in there. I might, probably not, but you never know. I don't know, like, subscribe, hit the notification thing if you want. I mean, the number just needs to be big. So, like, clubs will look at my YouTube if I send them my YouTube, you know, because like Instagram doesn't want me to be successful, but like my YouTube seems to be going pretty well. I'm getting a bunch of views on things that don't get any views on the Instagrams or anything else, you know. So we're dealing with that, but no, it'd be super nice if you liked, subscribed, and made me successful online, because that's the only thing that matters anymore, you know. Like I talked about it at Laugh Factory a couple weeks ago on their open mic, about how, like, I accidentally said that I had just I hadn't talked to anybody like ever, but I meant that I hadn't talked to anybody that day. And I was like, how crazy would it be if I hadn't talked for 35 years and you guys are the first people to hear me talk? Like, imagine how many likes and views that video would get. So if I could go back in time 35 or so years and be like, hey, man, don't talk for the first 35, it's going to pay off, you know? Like, fuck the first 10 years of your comedy career and, like, trying to get good at something. What you need to do is just shut the fuck up and not say anything for until you're 35, and then just, like, title it, like, Man Talks for the first time. And then, like, maybe they'll think it's, like, some conspiracy theory or some shit, and then you'll get a bunch of views of you just saying your first words. Like, how fun would that be if, like, if you were, like, practicing and didn't say anything to anybody for that long? I also said that I was going to go back and, like, reverse my vasectomy, just so I could get it done again, because I didn't get enough attention. It was the holiday season, so people were, like, sharing their family and, like, snow pictures and shit like that, and nobody cared about Planned Parenthood stealing my nuts. Like they're squirrels. Silly Planned Parenthood squirrels. You can't steal my nuts in winter. You gotta steal them in the fall and hide them for winter. You sillies. Also, if you can hear, usually you can't, but I like to bring it up just in case. It's like 85 degrees in Chicago. I've got a fan going right here. Not very loud. I can barely hear it. I got traffic going on outside the window over there that's blowing, and like the wind's crazy too. So I mean, just deal with it. Windy City, all right? For the cost of admission. But no, we upgraded the studio here a little bit. I'm sorry, this isn't a studio. It's a 1-bedroom. If it was a studio, it would be much more affordable. No, I'm kidding. We would not be able to survive in a studio apartment together. Ashley and I would probably kill each other very quickly. But I think you can see we moved everything around. We moved the living room around. So instead of my like little nook in the corner here, we got like the art. And I mean, it may not always be perfectly in frame because I'm doing this kind of like hodgepodgey a little bit, you know? Make this more successful. Like and subscribe. Share it. Get us some sponsorships, you know? Join the Patreon. There is a Patreon. So then that way I can get like a real camera that hooks up to microphones and shit, you know? But no, we set it up so we can do landscape so it looks better on YouTube. It catches the television, so we got some graphics going there for you. Hopefully we don't get like a weird YouTube strike because we're playing random shit over here. I don't know if that'll get me kicked. I have never gotten a YouTube strike, so I guess we'll find out. And then I've got this here because I forgot to move it. But like, I guess if the cats want to be part of the show instead of being on the fucking desk, they can just sit over there. Instead of following me. But I don't know, how about we get into it, you know? What's been going on in my world? We're going to try to keep this one positive. You know, part of the reason why I haven't been doing the podcast is like there's just so much negativity going on and so many things that are bad in the world. And I don't want this to be like a negative podcast. I can see why you wouldn't want to. Nobody's signing up for the Bummer podcast. But I don't know. I think it's important to like talk about things that I care about. I mean, it's my fucking podcast, so why wouldn't I? That'd be great. I get to see Kendrick Lamar on Friday and get paid for it. So that's kind of cool. I do like rap music. Ashley won't be here. Maybe I'll try to sneak her in. Who knows? whatever. That's not something you should put on tape. But I get to see Kendrick Lamar on Friday. That's going to be a long fucking day of work. But that's going to be super cool. But what's new in my world? Just coming off the most stand-up I've ever done in a month, maybe? The only other time I think I might have done more is when I was on my road trip last year. This is actually worth looking up, honestly. Because I did 26. I thought, like, one of my tabs in Google Drive says 2025 Fest Pics because it was shared with me from the Alaska Festival, which now that it's been a month or two, Jesus, it's been 2 months already. Looking back at it with more fondness, talking to other people who know that, like, Alaska, like the Anchorage is a shithole, has made it very helpful. Jesus Christ, how about we take forever? But I did 26 sets last month. Now, some people will scoff at that and be like, 26 sets? Do you mean 26 shows? No, 26 total sets. All right, you psychos? If I had 26 shows, that'd be incredible. Okay, that's the most since 2024. Let's go. Was it 2023 that I did the big East Coast trip that we were gone for fucking 21 days or something stupid, where we did like 1,000 shows in 21 days? Nope, that's still 20. We're gonna check one more. I know that this is super boring podcasting, but this is important to me. Maybe not you, because like I went over the numbers. Everything's up. You know, everything's going well in stand-up. It's very easy. I know it's like stupid to bitch about this because like it's the dumbest job in the world, and like I could be throwing garbage still on like the back of a garbage truck, you know? Like this isn't ever supposed to work out. Like I'm supposed to be the dairy manager of, so it's by far the most I've ever done in a month. We did 20 sets in 18 days. I think that's what it was, or 18 sets in 20 days. I thought it might be 28. Whatever, who cares? But I did 26 last month, and you know, had a couple weekend gigs, had a couple nice little stints in and out of town. It's been fun, you know, like it's been super cool. I'm doing the most stand-up I've ever done. I'm writing like a madman, like to a point where it feels like I might be writing too much. Like I'm not refining much. And I mean, I guess that's a good thing, where I'm like coming out and things are just like kind of working. You know, like that's a weird thing to just be like, oh, I'm writing too much and things are too funny. But I mean, I'm getting to the point where I'm trying to like make that next step, whatever that next step is, like into like that next realm of like, I don't know. Here's the thing. At a certain point, you have to treat it like a job. And I mean, the less I treat it like a job, it seems like the more successful I become. Ooh, almost a car crash. But like it seems like it goes the best when I'm like dicking around a lot, but then like I forget to like send out booking emails and like message everybody. Like that's why I'm doing this. Honestly, if we're being truthful about why we're doing the podcast right now, is because I didn't want to message people to be on their fucking showcases right now. And like that's part of the game. You have to do it, you know? Like it's not one that like you want to do because bugging your friends is stupid, but like I don't know. I have to, but I don't want to do it right now. And it's like, I also don't want to do anything else. I like set up work for the rest of the week. So like, I don't know, I'm okay with money here soon. So I mean, it's like, it's all working and it's all going well and you kind of have to step up to the plate eventually. But like, it's also fun being a plastic bag in the wind, you know, like a Katy Perry, like a firework, baby, you're a firework, from renowned astronaut Katy Perry. She made music too. Before, like, I don't know, her concert stuff is pretty wild to watch. If you haven't seen it, like you have like, and I know that she's like in her 40s now, which isn't like that old. I'm getting closer and closer to my 40s every day. But I mean, just at a certain point, you just have to be like, hey, I know that like your life is probably more expensive. It happens with everybody. you start making money, you become like a worldwide sensation. You know how it happens to everybody. But like you blow up, and then like your bills get bigger because you make more money and you spend more money and blah 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 blah, right? So she's got to go on a world tour, and then like it's not selling well, especially after the astronaut thing. And then like her choreography is not good, and I'm not gonna be one to like, I don't move on stage very much. It's one of the things that I've been like starting to try to do, and like I understand that moving and talking at the same time might not be the hardest thing to you, but like I don't know, I tried it in Alaska. I like nailed a joke and then did like a little weird spin kick because I was excited, and then Ashley was like, so that was a choice, and I was like, all right, fuck off. Like I'm trying to do it. But no, I've made some good headway. I saw my buddy Zoltan at Zany's in Old Town. Did a good guest spot there. Got a great video. Had a great time there. I love performing in Zany's, especially on a sold out show at Zany's. I'm gonna fucking perform at and fucking kick it and like do some time and talk to people. And then I just did a guest spot at the Zany's in Rosemont. That was super fun. I did that on Saturday night. Again, it wasn't sold out, but another pretty full show. Got another good video. And we're not going to talk about getting good videos because fuck that. I hate that shit, and it's something that I have to care about, but I fucking hate it. It's stupid. It's dumb. Just get good at comedy, all right? Like there's like a big thing going on right now about how ticket sales are down in and this isn't even, I made a list of things to talk about because like I didn't want to get on here and just ramble for years. But I don't know. You know what you signed up for at this point. We're going to get to it at some point. These are just fucking notes to go by. As I get fucking sidetracked by the visuals going on over here. If somebody copyright strikes me, get a fucking life. You fucking ripped this, all right? I don't think you whatever. All right. So I don't even remember. Oh, so everybody's saying that like ticket sales are down by like 20%. And people want to know like why. And honestly, the answer why is because we've been giving out like an inferior product since COVID came out. Everybody's putting their shit online, and then the clubs are booking fucking Instagram and TikTok stars, and there's like a couple of them that are good and like have done well on stage, so that's good. But like most of them, people just go out there because they want to meet their favorite person, and then like they're not gonna keep going back to that club when like a real stand-up person goes. And I like saw it this past weekend where my buddy DJ Demers, I forget, he told me Demers, but like people said Demers on the show on Saturday, so who knows. But like he did like a fill-in show, so like they had to like paper the room. If you don't know what that means, go fuck yourself. I'm not explaining it to you. But like they had to paper the that was very fucking rude. It's where you give away free tickets to get people into the showroom, so they buy drinks and food, and that's where comedy clubs make their money anyways. So like they had to paper the room. And like, so you have people coming to shows that are like fans of comedy, and like it was a good time. And that's how like real stand-ups get like more fans and more crowds, because he's got like a decent following on Instagram. I would do well with that following, like I would love his following. But like, he's not famous by any means. So like he's getting rooms papered and then like turning fans, where like these TikTok stars come in and will sell like fucking Cactus Tate. I did she sold like 250 or 300 tickets on like a random Thursday in fucking Fort Wayne, Indiana, and that's impressive. And she's very nice, very pretty, has a good head on her shoulder. Like it's always weird talking about women in comedy, that like I don't, especially like a TikToker, because like it sounds like very patronizing, but like I don't, and part of it, it's like I'm a 35-year-old man talking about somebody who's like 22, 23, 24, so I don't want to be like, yeah, man, she's hot, she's gonna fucking pull, like I'm not, like, you didn't come to this podcast for that. No, she's like a good-looking girl, she's very funny. Is she like new? Sure. Like, was she doing an hour when she didn't have an hour? Maybe. But like, she's up to it now, I'm sure. But, like, say she wasn't good, you know? Or, like, my buddy Derek Cahill. He's a perfect example. He started doing comedy and then kind of gave it up and then started doing Instagram videos and now tours and does comedy. Like, that's where it works, right? That's where it makes sense. But, like, we're going in, like, booking, I don't know what's the name of some guy that I opened for recently. If you want to, like, go back and, like, track this down, you can. But he's a TikToker, and he's just not good. But, like, his fans love him. But, like, his fans are never going to come out to other shows. And, like, people who came to that weekend maybe won't come back to comedy because, like, I don't know, it's not good unless you're his fan. And I mean, he was a nice guy, and, like, he did his act tailored to his fans. Like, that'd be great to be able to do that at some point in life, but, like, it's not good stand-up. So, like, on the back end, that's gonna fuck you, because, like, now people can watch that guy online and never have to go pay for his stuff. People can watch all of our fucking clips online and never have to go pay to do stuff. Like, I don't know, like, why go to a comedy club when you got comedy at home? And then, like, real big names, like when I opened for Zoltan, he still does club weekends places, but, like, he, in Milwaukee where he knows he can sell a bunch of tickets, he's going to a rock club because he doesn't need the club in Milwaukee to sell tickets for him. And, like, he would make more money doing it so it's, like, that's why we're on the back end there, Like, I don't care if my videos, like, it'd be nice if this popped off, Like, it'd be incredible if this made money, That's why, like, hassle you at the front. It's like, yeah, like, like, yesterday, I met a new comic. I mean, he's not new, but new to my life. And he's, like, kind of popped off online a little bit, and he's got, like, a real job. And, I mean, I work at Soldier and all that shit, too, so I have that to get extra money and whatnot, and, like, apartment shows and fucking shit like that, and trivia. But, like, he was like, what do you do? Like, what kind of job? And it's like, kind of comedy. Like, I'm mostly full-time comedy, and, like, I'm scraping pennies by. I'm not, like, it's not successful at this moment by any means. I think the last spreadsheet update I did, I think I'm in the hole, like, $1,000, which at this point in the year is, like, a record win. And I mean, talk to anybody who runs a business. It usually takes, like, 5 years to get out of the hole. And I mean, if I didn't have to drive at all, I'd be in a good spot. And that's not counting, like, Alaska. I didn't even tally that up. You can't, you have to show either no loss or a gain 3 out of 5 years on your taxes, not to be hobby status and to, like, work it as a business. So, like, I'm going to, like, make sure that I write off to this being a success this year for, like, making $100 or something. I don't know. Or, like, breaking even. But, like, I'm not making money. Like, we're going hand to mouth. And it is what it is. It's part of, like, running your own business and doing something stupid. So, I mean, it's easy to, like, bitch about it, which obviously I do. That's welcome to the Comedy and Mushroom Cult podcast, and welcome to Ray Roberts Comedy. Welcome as a customer of Ray Corp. But, like, the fact that I can do this is, like, the fact that I've made it this long with kind of a real job in comedy, like, is... Like, most people don't get to do this. So, like, yeah, am I happy with my online following currently? Yes. It's the key to the key to me being more successful. But the fact that I have this level of success is insane. Like, it should never have happened. So I don't know. It's a weird thing because I'm like performing at places that, like, I don't know, people like look up to performing at, and like, look, I'm on the road a lot. I'm doing it. It's one of those things that me and Devin Glass, when we're like coming back from a show, it's happened a couple of times where you're just like driving up Lakeshore at nighttime and you see the fucking skyline and it's like glistening and it's gorgeous at night, and you're just like driving back from like some shithole gig. That's the reason why you can pay rent, and you're just like, we're kind of doing it, Like, it'd be so much cooler if it was for so much more money, or even a little bit more money. A moderate amount more money. That would be so great. But no, it's the best. Life rips. So like that's why we're not gonna be bitching too much. What else happened since we took our little break here? There's a new pope. From Chicago Pope. Look, and this is one of the things that annoys me the most about the internet is like you can come up with like a brilliant, witty certain situation. Because when we found out the Pope was from the U.S., I said that we should name him Pope George Washington the 1776th, right? That's a great joke. Somebody came out and like everybody made like the Chicago Pope. He's gonna say no ketchup on hot dogs. Like, is he a Sox or a Cub fan? But like then we found out like we didn't know he's from Chicago. But now like it's cool that we have a Chicago Pope. He's not a super big fan of gay marriage, which is not a good. He released that in May though. He didn't wait until Pride Month to do that. Like the guy who fucking the Native American guy from King of the Hill and the chief in Parks and Rec was just like murdered in front of his house a couple of days ago just for being gay. You know, like we can't do that. Again, I'm not gonna like this is a positive podcast, but like we're not doing that anymore, guys. Okay, can we stop? Like we don't need to fucking do that anymore. We just kind of know that like gay people exist and are cool and are fun and like great at art and living and fucking everything. And they can be in government and they can be fucking teachers. They can be around your kids without it being fucking like there's no reason to be doing that anymore. So like I don't know, fucking grow up, you fucking weirdos. Like it's always the same person who's like, kids these days just don't want any fucking responsibility and refuse to grow up and X, Y, and Z. And it's like, bitch, have you seen yourself? Have you seen how you treat other people? There's nothing more childish than how you treat people. Nothing less Christian. You're not supposed to lie with a man or like it's better to let your seed fall on a prostitute than the ground. Shit like that. Like, fuck off, okay? Like, what are we talking about here? It's a book that was like put together by like people hundreds of years after Jesus was around, just so they could have more power and control people's lives. All right, grow the fuck up. And now, like the Protestant church, like people with like the King James's Bible, not LeBron. I would be interested in the LeBron, the LeBron James King Bible, the King LeBron James Bible. That would be fun. I wonder, like everything's either it's chapter 6 or chapter 23. That's a very fun. We need a LeBron King James Bible. Maybe I'll work on that if I find a way to do that. I don't know, or like yeah, we'll figure it out. I got the wheels turning on that now. But whatever, it's stupid. Don't fucking do it. All right, don't kill gay people. How about we don't kill anybody? Like that's like rule number 1. Thou shalt not kill. Right? And not like it's not thou shalt not kill for like unless there are precious metals or by killing people, it'll bring the fucking Messiah back and like bring the end times so you can be chosen and go to heaven sooner. Like it's the same way that people fucking force communism. Like people are trying to force the Armageddon. It's Armageddon. It's not going to work, all right? If we learned anything from Armageddon the movie, when you force it, like forcing a drilling team to go to an asteroid and get precious metals from it, it's not going to work out well, all right? Everybody's going to end up crying. Take care of my little girl for me, okay? Like, come on. And now Bruce Willis isn't even going to remember that he made me cry that many times. But who cares? Quit being weird, Christians. Like, it's supposed to be fucking love and peace and fucking cool. Like, especially if he's white Jesus. White Jesus would be so disappointed in you, making so much money off of his name and shit. Like, that's taking the Lord's name in vain, you fucking psychos. All right, well, that was a little preachy that I didn't expect for it to be. Whatever. Oh yeah, here's another. I got so mad at Ashley the other day, and I don't know if anybody else does this. When their SO, significant other, their partner, their boyfriend, their girlfriend, their they friend, their them friend, uh, they hurt themselves, and then you get pissed just because like you're like you don't know how to like channel that like emotion of being afraid and mad that something happens to somebody you care about. Like it's insane. Like actually this was like 2 weeks ago, and I'm like still like I don't know if you can feel me tense up. Just real quick, a study came out from like DHS or something. So like who knows if the Health and Human Services know what they're talking about at this point. But like saying that like strokes are up for people in their 20s, 30s and 40s. Could it possibly be because of the jab? Maybe. We're not getting into it, all right? We're not going to get into how fucking testing or putting stuff into your body without testing it properly can have some major side effects, especially when it's something that was like only the flu. Yes, it was worse than the flu. We're not going to fight that again. But like, I don't know. Did we overreact? Maybe a little bit. And now are like people my age dying of strokes or having strokes or like crazy blood clots? Who knows? All right. I don't know. Do you believe in science? Because I understand that RFK is like making up fake science. But regardless, all right. But any hoozles. But like you could just tell my they were blaming the strokes on stress and high blood pressure. My blood pressure is probably too low actually. But and my cholesterol's fine, maybe a little high. We need to look out for that. But like they're blaming it on stress and high blood pressure. Probably medications that were and food, like the shit that they're putting in our food. Even if it's not like the vaccine, it's definitely something that they're putting in the food that we had to eat. Like Bosco sticks at lunch, those couldn't have been good for us. Whatever held that greasy cheese, the huge air quotes together, that couldn't have been good. That's probably why your blood's clotting. Whatever they use to clot that like fake cheese in those Bosco sticks is just making your veins, your veins and your arteries into a fucking bouncy house. This is so stupid. What were we? Oh yeah, Ashley. She fell. She fell at work and like was like playing with some kids outside and like tripped and fell and like hit her head on on a brick wall and was like, "Oh, my head hurts and I feel woozy." And it's like, "Well, what are we doing? Fucking around, running around." And when she told me that, she's like, "Yeah, I'm a little woozy. I'm gonna go fucking chill in my office." And like instead of being like, "Yeah, are you okay? Is somebody like get an ice pack?" Like. Especially because she's in a different place than I am most of the time. There's, like, nothing I can do unless I'm going to jump in my car and drive an hour and a half. And, I mean, I would if she was, like, in danger. It's not like, I'm not going to drive an hour and a half for that bitch. I would never call her. It's been 9.5 years, almost 10 years, and I don't even know if I ever have, And say I might be like not the best person, all right, but like look at your relationship and when's the last time you called your wife or girlfriend a bitch, Is it more than 0 times in 10 years? Then you're not a better person than me. I think it's probably been it's more than 0, less than 5. That's for sure. I think half a time a year calling somebody a bitch in any long-term relationship that you're having sexual intercourse with a person as well, and you're like highly motivated people. I mean, ideally it would be 0. And I might be pretty sure that it is. But whatever. Like, I'm not driving an hour and a half just because she's got a headache, because she was dicking around playing with children and fell and hit her head, So, like, there's nothing you can do, and then you're just kind of mad at yourself that it happened and you weren't there to help. So, like, you're just like, why the fuck were you doing this? What is wrong with you? You're fucking 35. You can't be running around with kids anymore. You're gonna fucking hit your noggin. And it's just such a dumb fucking way to respond to things. But I also think, like, it's like a very natural thing to just be like, how dare you accidentally hurt yourself? Like, why would you do that to me? And it's like a very selfish, like, human thing. And like it'll happen from time to time. She'll be like cooking dinner or something. We do a pretty decent split of the household chores. She tends to cook more than I do because she likes it. And because I know how to just on video said I was gonna backhand her. I'm not gonna do that. But no, it's raining out of nowhere. Smells delightful. But no, like she likes to she likes to cook and stuff like that. But she'll be cooking and I'll be like, she's cooking, like she's chopping too fast. Like she's doing it and then like I'll like hear her stop all of a sudden. Just be like, yep, there she goes. She fucking cut herself, fucking idiot. And it's like, no, that's just me being like, what am I going to do? Like just getting ahead of myself of like, all right, how are we going to handle this? Not being prepared. That's what it is. Is like if she were to cut herself, I'd be like, all right, fuck, and then like I would hate that response and like would just instantly be like, well, why'd you fucking do that then? And I think that's a normal. I mean, I'm not like yelling, but like I don't know the last time I've yelled at somebody, so like it's very funny. But like just to like instant be like, why the fuck did you hurt yourself? Oh, you purposely did that just to make me mad, which is such a fucking silly thing. All right, I don't know. We're like 35 or so minutes in, depending on when we start this podcast. What makes it into the cut? It's gonna be the whole thing. You're gonna get both intros. Who gives a fuck? We have a fucking setup. I'm in sunglasses. My hair's real curly. I had my sunglasses on because I had to run to my car to get my recording shit. And it's sunny out. And I like caught a peek of myself and I was like, ooh, I kind of have like a Bob Dylan thing going on. And he's having a big resurgence because of the Chalamet movie. We're going to have fucking Ambuli coming through here. I don't know. I guess we should do, it's 35 minutes in. If you're still in here, thank you. Elon Musk is leaving the government. We need to remember that doesn't mean we can buy Teslas. That doesn't mean that our friends who have Teslas are all of a sudden good people. Now there are people I know who like bought Teslas right before Elon Musk took over. And it's not like Elon Musk has been a good person. He's been kind of a problematic guy for quite a while. Was he fucking with our country to that level? No, but like I don't know, still not a good thing. So, I mean, I don't know. If you know somebody with a Tesla, don't stop giving them shit. But, like, I don't know. Don't slash their tires or whatever at this moment. But he's leaving to go back to, like, running their businesses after Tesla stock has been tanking. And, like, what we're not going to do is be okay with that. So, we're not buying anything that Elon Musk sells. I mean, T-Mobile is with that fucking Neuralink or whatever the fuck the satellites are. Which are terrifying to see through the sky. Like, I'm still not convinced it's not a giant spaceship that, like, they're just like, whatever, it's a bunch of fucking satellites that make your cell phone work better in the middle of nowhere. Because if anybody's going to be an alien that came down, it's going to be the fucking autistic ketamine user that got punched in the face by his kid, who I'm not entirely sure wasn't slapped around by, like, some member of Trump's cabinet before they put him on TV. Real good storm going on, it appears. We did have, like, a small warning that there was going to be some weather today, but, like, we were on the outskirts of it. But by the time you're seeing this, it's probably going to be too late to do anything about it. And the other thing, I know that we were doing Hitler Watch before. I'm not doing Hitler Watch anymore. I whatever. The Department of Homeland Security, which is, like, of course, you know, like, of course the Patriot Act was moved into, like, this has been a 25-year play, and I don't know, maybe we're piecing this together. Like, was 9/11 a false flag so the fucking billionaires in this country could take over? Because, like, it helped put through the Patriot Act, which made it able for them to surveil us legally all the time. It set up billionaire contractors with making more money through war. Now the Department of Homeland Security is, like, one of the biggest factions of, like, let's call it policing in our country. And them and ICE are, like, the ones doing the deportations. So like if we didn't have the strong DHS from the Patriot Act, would this be possible? I don't know. Maybe it is time to open your third eye, people. But like they're upping their quota to arresting 3,000 people a day across the country. Now, we have almost 400 million people in this country. So like that's like a drop in the bucket amount of people, but like 3,000 people a day and arrested. Like this is legitimately like Holocaust level getting rid of people kind of deal. And like before people are like, well, that's it. Like they're just deporting them to like back to like fucking, you understand that like fucking Auschwitz and Dachau and all of those, like those were in Poland. Those weren't in Germany, right? So like his meaning behind that is he could ship them to another country, so he could be like, well, whatever they do with them, that's their fault. That's like plausible deniability. And like if you don't think that we basically run El Salvador, you're a fucking dipshit, and you need to get your head out of your ass. So I mean, it's happening. I don't know when we're allowed to start setting shit on fire. I'm doing my little pesky thing. I don't know. And like again, they're gonna start cracking down on people like me. And like I was just talking to somebody yesterday. Like, imagine I got arrested for things that I say. No, I would never. From what I say, I probably would never get out of jail. If they started jailing people, when they start jailing people for what they say on a microphone, I've got to be in the top tier of people talking shit about the government. Now I'm not like this one guy I used to respect who's like a shill for the Democratic Party and like selling a shitload of merch that say like 8647 or whatever the fuck, just to like, I don't know, get an online, and like good for him, he's selling tickets, I guess that's part of it. But like, I don't know, this isn't like, you're not supposed to, this is the craziest way to be like a neoliberal in 2025 is to capitalism your way through the country being taken over. Like being like, hey, I can monetize this. And then like you can say that you're donating some of it to the thing and blah, blah, blah. But then like eventually it's going to come out and he's going to be like, well, I have these stepkids to take care of and blah, blah, blah. And I mean, I might be getting too specific. If you know who I'm talking about, don't tell him I'm talking shit. Because I liked him. And he's funny enough. But like he's made his entire career based around Donald Trump being in office. So like he probably wouldn't be, like if Trump would have lost the election, he probably would have fizzled out of fucking comedy at this point. But I don't know. It's getting real wonky out there. But we're not ending it on that sour note. We're excited. Things are working. Like I said to my buddy Derek yesterday, to my buddy Isaac yesterday. Like it's just annoying to be in this weird gray area. Like either make things better or like completely spin out so we can start setting shit on fire. You know, like quit doing this halfway in, halfway out bullshit. You have to give us one way or the other, okay? We have to be able to fucking destroy something or stop being full of shit. Like one of the two, right? You can't have it. You can't have it all. And I thrive in the gray area. Like the gray area is where like the best for me. It's got my fucking creative juices going because I want to. Because I'm from the time where, like, when you have a despotic leader, like a George W. Bush, Dick Cheney kind of setup, you talk shit, and you tell them you're not dealing with it. And there's a lot of people who won't talk shit because it takes them off the algorithm. And that's the most important thing in comedy these days is the goddamn algorithm, not being funny. All right, I'm done bitching about that. What is the last thing that I want to talk about? Oh yeah, I made back to like I'm like a big fucking awkward weirdo when it comes to introducing myself to people because like here's the thing. Like being online, networking is maybe the most important part of comedy. It's like who you know, not what you know, and how good you are. Because like if you're a giant asshole, you have to be like super duper good to like get ahead in this. So it helps to be nice. It helps to like be respectful. Blah blah blah. And that's not the reason why we do it. We do it to be a good person. And because we spent a lot of time being not a good person just so, like, because we were too, like, immature or, like, insecure to, like, face the world ourselves and be better with ourselves. Whatever. That's a me. That's a me. That's a me thing. But like I'm super big on like formal official meeting somebody, and it happened at Zany's Old Town. The one manager, I like showed up and I was like, hey man, I'm Ray. Like I'm here to hang out with Zoltan. Like I hung out on Saturday and then like ended up leaving after the first show because I had like worked all day, right? So then I come back the Sunday to do a guest spot, and like that same manager's there, and I was like, hey man, nice to see you again. He's like, hey, good to see you. And I go, I didn't officially introduce myself yesterday. I'm Ray. And he's like, yeah, we met yesterday. I go, I know that we met yesterday. It's just like I didn't do like the official, like, you have a name tag. Obviously I know who you are because you run this place and I've been emailing you for fucking 5 years. But like I like to do the handshake and the eye contact and like old school fucking, that's how you meet somebody, you know? Like the fucking manager is Zany's Rosemont that I've been fucking emailing for 5 years. Met him the other day for the first time, and it's just like, hey man, like name to a face, you know? Like I'm here trying to meet you. And like it's not the same if you're just like doing it in passing. And I don't know if it makes me stand by or like stand apart, that's great. If not, I'm just gonna keep being weird about it, I guess. I don't know. Like I'm not gonna stop doing it, being excited to like, because there's like tons of comics that I know like online and I haven't like met them in person or whatever, and like we follow each other from like clips or like being associated with like a show I want to be on, or like being on a mic together at some point, and then just being like, oh hey man, like it's nice to finally officially meet you. And it's like I like doing that. It's good. I don't know, maybe I'm just dumb. I don't know what the point of that was, just to talk about how fucking awkward I am in person. But no, it's nice to be back. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you're still here, I don't know, comment something wonky. Just comment wonky underneath there if you're still on here, and I'll send you a postcard. All right, I have like stupid postcards, so I'll send you a postcard. It'll have my stupid autograph on it if you super want it. But yeah, comment wonky, share it, rate, review, subscribe. Especially if you're on the audio, just let people know about it. You know, definitely rate and review it, give it thumbs up, and all that other bullshit. Follow the Facebook page, all that other dumb shit. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. And hopefully this all worked out. All right, bye.